Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again, and I am finally back to do another game review. And you're probably surprised that it's not the new Spider-Man game. I'm still trying to beat that game. I'm working on it. I've been playing a lot of it, but there was this other game that I wanted to play, and I felt that if I were to play it, I would probably rent it. But anyways, that is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I got the Xbox One version. Now, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the third installment in the Tomb Raider reboot series. And once again, just like the other games, you play as Lara Croft and becoming the Tomb Raider once again. And this is supposed to be the more emotional in the trilogy in the series, and sometimes it could be a bit over the top. And here's me nitpicking on the game already. And that's basically all that you need to know. But anyways, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I was really looking forward to. I've only played the one reboot game. I haven't played Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I felt like maybe I should have played that game before I played this, but I didn't have time to play it. But anyways, I had so much time on my hands, but I just didn't get around to playing it. But anyways, for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I can say I had a pretty fun time with this. I rented this yesterday, and it took me surprisingly a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I thought this would take me up to like 15 hours to finish the game, or at least the main story. Because I think because there is more than just the main story. Just like the first game, it takes place in a sort of not really open world-ish setting. It's not fully open world, like you can't explore every single area in the game, but that could be a great concept for if they do make another Tomb Raider game, because it would be it would honestly be great as an open world experience, like maybe Horizon Zero Dawn meets Uncharted, basically. And yeah, like the first game and its predecessor and the last game were rated M, and they still are. And mainly, here's the thing: every time you die, you always have to see this brutal death animation from Laura, showing that how much her adventure must suck. And they definitely didn't leave this out, because honestly, it's actually quite terrifying to fail. When I was playing the game, I was always making sure not to make a wrong move, and I made a wrong move like a lot. But honestly, I felt like, here's the thing: when I press certain buttons to jump onto certain platforms, I felt like I pressed it at the right time, but she honestly just falls down to her doom. And yeah, there are some issues with the game. Like, here's the thing: none of the stuff that happens in this game would happen in real life, because there are certain parts that feel actually kind of cheesy and ridiculous. Like, there's this one like battle scene where Lara is going across through a burning like tower or something, and then enemies just shoot at her, and she's climbing onto a tower trying to fight for her life, and she does not get hurt, not even by, and everybody is shooting at her but miss. And yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes the AI can be quite ridiculous in its own rights. And there was also that one scene where a few parts where Laura's in a tree, and she takes down a bad guy by shooting a rope and pulling the bad guy up and strangling him while she was on the branch and just basically like hanging him or something, which honestly, that does not sound like something in reality. But you know what? It's a game, okay? Not all games are gonna perfectly describe how stuff in this world works. But I'm nitpicking a lot and pointing out all the negatives. But that's basically what I want to try to do right now. But there is a lot to love about Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Um, because here's the thing: it took me like 8 hours to beat the main story. I thought it would take me like a lot more, and that's including the amount of times that I died in the game. And all in all, the graphics are absolutely outstanding, and gameplay wise, it certainly is a lot of fun. However, it's not like, okay, you do shoot people a lot in this, but it's not a full out Gears of War, Call of Duty shooter game. No, it's a stealth shooter, kind of like Metal Gear Solid, not really, but there are parts where you cannot use weapons if you get spotted. You start the part all over again. But you can kill enemies if you want. But there was this one part where you couldn't use any weapons at all. You had your pickaxe, and you can only take them out like that. And if they spot you, you can still try to defeat them, but good luck, because honestly, if you get spotted, and there's still a bunch of enemies, like there's a lot of them, then good luck trying to get out of that. Like I died so many times. So it was a lot tougher than I thought it would be, but luckily I made it past. The puzzles were surprisingly very fun. A bit challenging, not too challenging, but all in all, they're very, very reasonable, and it's one of my favorite aspects about the game. And you can still upgrade your weapons, you can still upgrade your skills and stuff, and it's still just as fun as ever. It still has its addicting and very fun gameplay as in the previous titles in the reboot series, although I heard Rise of the Tomb Raider was also supposed to be really good, but I haven't played it. I've only played the first Tomb Raider 2013. I reviewed that game right before I reviewed the new movie. But anyways, overall, Shadow of the Tomb Raider was definitely a fun experience. Was it everything I wanted it to be? No. But all in all, I can say I had a lot of fun. It's not too frustrating. I thought it had an okay story. I really liked the relationship between Laura and her friend Jonah that plays out like half of the game overall. I thought that was really cool. But anyways, yeah, shout out to Tomb Raider. If you're a fan of the series, you may or may not like the game. All in all, I had a great time. So I'm gonna give Shadow of the Tomb Raider a 4 out of 5. It's definitely worth playing if you're a fan of the series. And I think it's a pretty good end to the reboot trilogy. I really hope we see something new in the Tomb Raider series. Like, really, there should really be an open world ish type of a more open Tomb Raider game if they ever decide to make one. It probably might not happen, but all in all, I had a pretty fun time with it, and I'm going to be getting back to Spider-Man. Hopefully, I'll have a review for that game, hopefully by next week, maybe. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.